right, whenever you are up, I'll grab it and share it.
You're live, John.
You're live.
You're live. Welcome
Right
to
now.
Hall of Justice, Final Order Cutoff Roundup, live.
What's up, Super Friends? We can't play the music because then we get in trouble,
Yeah, exactly.
which is a bummer because
When we're done sharing, we can get to the show start.
let me hit it.
Let me know.
We want to share it to a group. Good morning, good Friday, happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
FOC Live. We're going to
Ben
share
Salazar
that
is
to
watching.
CCBE, Rocky Mountain comic book fans, and Colorado Toy. We are done. We're ready to rock.
Ready to go?
Yes, sir.
Say hi to your people.
Hi, people. Welcome. Stay tuned. We got it's a big FOC. It seems like every week's a big FOC week, but
The
this
last
week
couple of weeks have been kind of
there's a lot. So stick around. We're gonna hit you with an intro. We'll be right back to tell you how this is gonna work. I'm John.
I'm Dom.
What's your plan for tomorrow? Are you a leader or will you follow? Are you a fighter or will you cower? It's our time. Take back the power. What's your plan?
All right, John.
Good
you're up.
morning. How's everybody doing? Hopefully everybody's ready for the weekend. It's Friday. Yay!
Nice. It's supposed to be nice too. A little
It is
bit.
supposed to be nice. No snow until next Thursday.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Thank God.
Yeah.
We could go for that. My body could go for that. You know how that works.
Body's telling me, yeah. We are here Friday morning. It's 11:50, so it's noon. We're here at noon to go to bring you this week's Final Order Cutoff Roundup live. For those of you who are joining us, everything that we're going to go over is available on our website. If you go to hallofjusticecomics.com and click on the blog, the first entry in there is going to be Friday FOC Roundup for today, November 15th. FOC stands for Final Order Cutoff. It is our last chance as a store to adjust our numbers before the comic books ship out to us, and it's right around 3 to 4 weeks later. So about a month after the books are on FOC, they show up in the stores and then into your hold boxes here at the shop, or whatever your local comic shop is. But we as a store, we go through FOC every Monday, adjusting numbers of the titles that are on cutoff, to make sure we look at sell-through rate of the previous issue, because generally what happens, the way it works, like this Wednesday, Far Sector number 1 came out. This Monday, Far Sector 2 is going to be on Final Order Cutoff.
Already.
So, yeah. So we have, like I said, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then half of Monday. We got 5.5 days to kind of look at sales data, which is important because we want you to come in and pick your books up frequently, so that A, you get to read all of your comics, and B, so that we have accurate sell-through information. Otherwise, we cut numbers.
And there's a lot of people out there that don't have subscriptions.
Yes,
We
they
order-
come in,
we
they
always-
buy stuff off the rack.
We take that in
And
consideration.
that's fine. We appreciate that as well. But when I'm looking at my cycle data, it shows me how many copies of Far Sector were purchased from hold slots, and it shows me how many copies of Far Sector were purchased off of the rack. And those two numbers are what influences my decision to order comics. And so, if you're not coming in picking up your hold slot in a timely manner, that affects orders. So we try to be accurate as possible, but that's why it's crucial for you guys to go through this list with us, and I've got to find a way to get more of our subscribers aware of what we're trying to do here.
Right, we're not trying to lump them into things, but it makes it easier for us to order for everybody.
Exactly. It gives us
the people to pull off the
a
rack.
better snapshot of how to order the comics that we're going to go through some stuff that we're going to talk about later on, and I don't know how to order it. I mean, You've got a book, a $10 book that's coming out from Marvel. That's the culmination of everything that they've done this year for their 80th anniversary. So War of the Realms, House of X, and Powers of 10, and Absolute Carnage that are coming to a head in this incoming book that's coming out, which is $10. It's just a one-shot, and it's supposed to set the stage for everything that Marvel's going to do in 2020. So it's a $10 book, though. It's $10 to you guys. That you get your 10% off a cover price if it's on your subscription, but even then, it's another $10 book, and I don't want to order big and have copies laying around on the shelf here because that's money out of my pocket, that we're never going to get back. So that's why what we're doing right now is so important. And we hope that more people take notice. I don't care if you're not our store, if you have a comic book store that's your local shop, wherever you're at. It's important to those people. It's important to everybody because it affects all the ordering. It affects print runs. It affects all that stuff. And Final Order Cutoff for this group of titles is on Monday, November 18th, and most of these books are going to be in stores on December 11th. There's some that are going to be December 18th. We can talk about that. But if you want to guarantee that you get anything off of this list that we're going to go through, let your local shop know before, I say 5 p.m. here. I know that there are some stores that take orders up until, so cutoff technically occurs at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, because that's where Diamond's headquartered in Baltimore. Just let your store know by Monday. Hopefully before they close in the evening, and they can get you any
Once
of the stuff
that's on this list.
Yeah, that's
it's
it.
Over with.
It's done. I mean, we can go back and we can resubmit stuff. We can also send in an advanced reorder if you miss anything on Final Order Cutoff. But we're trying to give you the tools. We publish all this stuff on Friday. You have all day Friday, all day Saturday, all day Sunday, and half a day on Monday. To go through this stuff and then get us your order, or your local comic shop your order, so that they can get your books for you. Okay, so that's my. I'm going to step down off of my soapbox for a second. If you want to subscribe to any of these titles so that you get each issue that comes out after them on a monthly basis, please comment sub either to this video, to the Facebook post. You can message us. You can call us at the store. You can come in and tell us all about this stuff. If you just want to pull a copy, because you're not sure, you're afraid of commitment, you just want to read number 1 and see how it is. And again, this is why it's so important, because if you asked us to just pull you a copy of Far Sector number 1 and you haven't come in to pick it up yet this week, it's already Friday, you don't get a chance to read it before Monday, I'm not going to order you a copy of number 2. And if you really loved it, you're going to be at the mercy of coming in and grabbing one off of the rack, because
I'm at the mercy of Diamond.
Because I don't know.
They're sold out.
Exactly. Okay. If you just want to pull a copy or multiple copies, if you have a favorite artist that's doing a title, please comment pull with the title, the variant, and however many copies you would like, and we'll make all this happen for you. So let's jump in right now from Dark Horse.
Here's the first one.
From Dark Horse, in stores on December 11th, Aliens vs. Predator Thicker Than Blood, number 1 of 4. It's about time. I think the last AVP book that we had was the Prometheus tie-in way back. That was like 5 years ago.
Wow.
So, 4-issue miniseries.
You weren't even a store then.
I know. We
you
came
were
in at the tail end of it.
You were plugging that on the podcast.
Yeah, because Juan was getting all that stuff.
Yes.
Predators board a luxury charter spaceship, going on holiday, unleashing a path of terror and bloodshed. An adolescent girl and her younger brother are the last to survive and begin a cat-and-mouse chase with the attackers. They hope for an escape, but they haven't counted on the alien. So, it's all set aboard a luxury space liner, so that sounds awesome. 4-issue miniseries, AVP Thicker Than Blood, number 1 of 4, is on Final Order Cutoff this Monday. Next up, I love this next series. I've been reading the Criminal Macabre series since it first came out. Criminal Macabre is a series of miniseries written by Steve Niles. Some of the earlier stuff I think was drawn by Ben Templesmith. You basically have this detective. His name's Cal McDonald. He's a paranormal investigator. He has this super creepy, like, lurch ghost that is his ghost butler. His car is possessed. It's fantastic. It's great stuff. If you're a fan of, like, the Supernatural TV show, you will really dig Criminal Macabre. But there hasn't been another Criminal Macabre series since, I think it was Two Red Eyes, again, that came out like 4 years ago. So this is a 4-issue miniseries called The Big Bleed Out. It's a brand new Criminal Macabre story by Steve Niles. A noir tale of mysteries, vampires, love, and betrayal. Supernatural detective Cal McDonald, found wandering the streets as a disheveled vagrant, is ripped from his self-imposed retirement to resume his monster-killing career. But Cal is reluctant to return to the fray. What has the hard-bitten investigator so shaken? It's a long story that begins with a beautiful woman who happens to be a vampire and ends with a bang.
Nice.
As they always do.
What do they mean by that?
What? No comment. No comment, Don.
Let's not go there.
4-issue miniseries written by Steve Niles. Gyula Nemeth is the name of the artist who's doing this series. If you haven't read any of the Cal McDonald stuff, I urge you to come check out some of the trades. It is an absolute blast. He curses, he swears, he's shooting up monsters all over the place, left and right. It's a really good, really fun read.
Shooting up monsters.
Shooting up monsters. All right, let's get on to DC. DC's got a bunch this week. First off, in stores on December 11th, we've got Batman's Grave number 3. 2 just came out this week. This is the third of 12 issues from Warren Ellis and Brian Hitch. A corrupt Politico dies by his own hand, but James Gordon is convinced there's something more to it. Now it's time to ask for access to Batman's resources, and that is why, right now, in a stately Gotham City mansion, the Batman is being beaten to death. Main cover on my side is by Brian Hitch. Variant cover on Dom's side is another amazing cover by Ji Hyung Lee. The composition is almost the same as the second one that came out this week because you've got the bat signal in the sky, but rather than him, dive bombing out of the bat plane, he's just perching on a gargoyle. But
I think it's nothing.
Yeah, just hanging out.
Just hanging out.
Like he's
catch some air.
Getting ready to make that jump. Both covers, the main cover is $3.99. The variant covers, I think, $4.99. It might be a cardstock variant. If you haven't put Batman's Grave on your pull, please do so, and here's why. Issues number 1 and 2 were returnable, so we had to meet a certain threshold when we were ordering that make them returnable, which means that we can order a bunch of copies, we can find the ceiling, we can figure out how many copies are going to sell, and whatever doesn't sell, we can strip the covers and send the covers back for credit. Number 3 is not returnable, so I will cut my orders based on sell-through for number 1 and number 2. I'll take a look at that on Monday and see how number 2 has done, and then, there's not going to be an excess of copies on the rack like there has been of 1 and 2, because they're not offering any returnability, and they shouldn't, because by issue 2 we should know how many people want to commit. So if you haven't put Batman's Grave on your pull yet, please, on your subscription, please comment sub Batman's Grave, whether you want cover A or cover B or both covers, and we can make that happen for you. I had to feature this next one because the A cover is amazing. The B cover is amazing. This is Catwoman number 18. The main cover on my side is by Joel Jones. The variant cover on Dom's side is by Chris Anka. Joel Jones goes back to writing and drawing the series at this point. Catwoman has made her choice. She will use the map Lex Luthor gave her to prevent Raina Creel from finding the Lazarus Pit and rebuilding herself. I don't know what's going on in Catwoman, but that sounds cool. But has Selena fully weighed the cost? To go this route, she will effectively be taking over all crime in Villa Hermosa, a secret she will have to keep hidden from the Batman. That is, if she survives Raina's deadly counterattack. The Creels have already been experimenting with life after death, and the assassins they send to stop Selena will come armed with more than 9 lives.
Wow.
Main cover on my side by Joel Jones, variant cover by Chris Anka on Dom's side.
Sounds good.
Both covers are awesome. I love the A cover on that one, though. It's great. Up next, we just mentioned this earlier. This is Far Sector number 2. It's a 12-issue miniseries. The hit from this week continues with rookie Green Lantern Sojourner Joe Mullins' investigation of the first murder in 500 years, and it hits a snag when the murderer is murdered.
Wow.
That's like murder squared, man.
Yes.
Whatever's going on, it's something to do with Switch Off, a highly illegal genetic cocktail that restores dangerous feelings to the emotionless citizens of the city enduring. I still haven't had a chance to read this. The main cover is sold out. We have no more of the main cover. It's by Jamal Campbell, who did Naomi. It's absolutely beautiful inside. If you picked up a copy and you weren't a speculator this week and you read it and you enjoyed it, and you want to put it on your subscription, again, please comment sub Far Sector. Far Sector was the same thing. They offered us returnability with issue number 1. If we met a certain threshold, which we did, we'll cut our numbers for number 2 because 2 is not returnable. So
Not returnable.
Not returnable. Next from DC, in stores on December 11th, we've got Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy number 4. The hits
Not a good cover.
You don't like that?
I don't like Poison Ivy.
Okay. The hits just keep on coming as Harley and Ivy crawl away from the rabbit hole that is the Mad Hatter's endless tea party and get back on the road. But when they take a rest in a seemingly abandoned dinosaur theme park, they might not be the only clever girls hanging around. That's a reference to Jurassic Park, and I love it! Main cover. What? Sorry.
You okay?
I'm good. That was awesome.
Mint?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Main cover on my side is by Mikkel Janin. I like it. I think it looks good. The B and C connecting covers.
I'll see one, John.
Huh?
I'll see one.
No, scroll down. Because they're connecting. Oh, there they are.
There they are. Oh,
Amanda
that's pretty cool.
Connor doing the connecting cover in a very Wile E. Coyote Roadrunner-esque setting right there of Harley and Ivy getting ready to trip up some police officers with a little bit of vinage. The B and C cover, the connecting cover by Connor, will be cardstock just like all of them up until this point, which means it'll be a $5 book. The regular book should be $4, I believe, $3.99. So again, if you're not on the series yet, you can ask for the main cover. You can ask for the 2 connecting covers. Just let us know. That's another one. I think we're sold out of the connecting covers. We cut things back pretty drastically. But speaking of Harley, also in stores on December 11th, we have Harley Quinn, Villain of the Year, not Year of the Villain.
Wow.
See what they did there? They switched the
around.
those.
Dyslexic.
Just like the other Year of the Villain one-shots, this is also a one-shot. Harley Quinn hosts Villainy Biggest Night as the DCU's most dastardly gather at the Hall of Doom to do what they do best, congratulate themselves. But one villain has a secret plan fueled by years of being overlooked by his peers and the burning desire to receive the praise he so rightly deserves. Don't miss out on a one-of-a-kind comic book experience with the winners decided by you, the fans. Who will be crowned DC's Villain of the Year? If you go to DCVillainoftheYear.com, you'll get more information on how you can vote and influence who the Villain of the Year is.
I'm an influencer.
Yeah, that's right. You can do it right now. Main cover right here is by Amanda Connor. There's also a blank variant, which I don't have the trade dress for. Yeah, that sits on Dom's side right there. Just a one-shot, just like the other Year of the Villain books. So let us know if you would like a copy of that. Next from DC, in stores December 18th, is Joker Killer Smile number 2.
cover, man.
Yeah. This book was phenomenal.
It's got bacon and eggs on it.
It does have bacon and eggs, smiling bacon and eggs. That's like a funny face.
There's no toast.
At Village Inn, yeah, or pancakes.
There's coffee.
If you guys read number 1, you know the premise. Ben Arnell promised his wife and child one thing. Even though he spends his days attempting to reach the bottom of the Joker's insanity, he would never bring that madness home, or would he? No matter how dark the world gets, he would never allow the Joker's craziness to tear their family apart. And in that, he failed. The Eisner-winning creative team from Gideon Falls, Mr. Jeff Lemire and Andrea Sorrentino, kicked their black-hearted chronicle of the Joker's destructive influence into high gear with an issue that turns the entire story on its head, with disastrous consequences for Dr. Arnell. Main cover on my side is the main cover by Andrea Sorrentino. The variant cover on Dom's side, Carrie Andrews, absolutely killing it again.
I need to talk to her.
To Carrie Andrews?
Yeah. But there's no toast, man.
No.
This is really bothering me. I love this cover. There's no toast.
No toast. There needs to be a plate of toast on the side there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you not eat bacon, eggs?
I do, but I eat with pancakes, so. Because that's an option. If you order bacon and eggs, you can get your carbohydrate is usually either an English muffin, pancakes, or toast. I like pancakes a lot. Okay?
I like sourdough.
I do too. Next from DC, we've got Justice League Odyssey number 16.
Nice.
Jessica Cruz and her new Justice League Odyssey squad are hardly a team, just a bunch of misfits and old rivals thrown together by chance. Only one cause unites them, stopping the newly empowered, godlike Darkseid. But when they're outgunned and stranded on a hostile world, can they even begin to fight the ruthless forces of Sepulchre? That sounds like a metal band. Or will an unexpected new ally change their course of their struggle forever? Main cover on my side is built by Will Conrad. How about that Starfire variant on Dom's side? That thing is amazing and is by the one and only Mr. Lucio Parrillo.
Wow.
Great cover, man. Yeah, that's a painting.
That's crazy.
I know. It's amazing. Next up from DC, we have another Year of the Villain one-shot. This time, Ocean Master. Yeah, that's right. With a cover by Mr. Francesco Mattina there.
Holy crap, you're gonna have that one.
I'm going to have a copy of that. Orm Marius lost nearly everything following the events of Drowned Earth. His crown, his love, and his freedom. Now, in the battle between justice and doom, Ocean Master struggles to find his place. But don't count him out just yet. Ocean Master is about to prove exactly what makes him the true king of the Seven Seas when he discovers a new power that will change the tide forever.
Dude's powerful.
He is. Absolutely.
Powerful. He ain't no slouch.
You ain't
Not like Aquaman.
He's cunning, man. The cover, there's only one cover for this. That's it right there by Francesco Mattina. It is $4.99. It's just a one-shot, so if you've been getting all the Year of the Villain stuff, we'll make sure we have one of those set aside for you as well. Next up, we got Ruby number 3, and the only reason that I bring this up is because the B cover for Ruby number 3, oh, look at that, right here. That's awesome.
Let's see it.
Right here, look. Right here, right there. See my finger? It's all the way. It went through the image, and it's over here.
Oh wow!
Right there.
Okay, I just caught that. I'm looking at the actual.
That's great. The variant cover on this one is by Art Germ. Ruby number 3. It's the Rooster Teeth adaptation of the anime series or manga. Anime. Main cover on my side is by Sarah Stone. Variant cover on Dom's side is by Art Germ.
It's pretty amazing.
Yeah, it is.
Like
It's great. And now that you saw the variant for number 2 with the lady in red that's going the opposite direction, like these are going to look amazing when you put them side by side. So, if you dig Art Germ, let us know if you would like us to pull a copy of that Art Germ variant for you for Ruby number 3. Okay. Next up from DC, we have Supergirl number 37. Infected Supergirl strikes after she protects Superman from getting infected by the Batman Who Laughs virus. She gets infected herself and accepts this new version of herself with pride. With Batman and Superman claiming to want to cure her to cover up that she had to protect Superman, and Batman Who Laughs wanting to use her in his own plans, which side will she choose? That's a pretty hefty decision right there. Or will she forge a whole new alliance? Main cover on my side is by Bengal. The variant Bengal. I think I don't know what his first name is. Chris Bengal. Yeah, that's his last name. Bengal Tiger. Variant cover on Dom's side is by Mr. Derek Chu, knocking it out of the park again.
The whole
you don't like
Man fist.
You don't like the perspective on that?
No. It's good. It's just very strange.
It is. It's hard to do perspective like that.
It is. Especially when the fist is 10 times bigger than the red.
Yeah. It's because it's closer to you, who is the camera.
So I can see that
right
in my face.
Right, just like, yeah.
Yeah, I get that. Still don't like it.
Oh. Okay, next up we've got Superman. We just did Supergirl. There is Superman number 18. That is a better fist. I agree. That's a better. You're right. You win. Good job, Dom.
I know.
So this is it. This is supposed to be the big deal issue, folks. Superman reveals his identity to the world. With Superman's family scattered across the galaxy, our hero must confront some of his greatest concerns about himself and his place in the galaxy. Legendary artist Ivan Rice joins Brian Michael Bendis as they introduce the biggest change in the Man of Steel's life ever.
He takes off his glasses?
He takes off his glasses and puts on business.
I would have looked at him and said, sucker, you already knew who you were.
I kept it a
secret. A set of glasses and a stupid coat is going to change that?
Main cover right here is by Ivan Rice and Joe Prado. The variant cover on Dom's side is by Scan, and it's scantastic. That's a great Superman cover right there, punching a hole through a wall. Okay, lastly from DC in stores December 18th, we've got the next Black Label book with Wonder Woman
this is the one.
Dead
Okay.
Earth. 4-issue magazine-sized miniseries that's part of DC's Black Label project. It is helmed by Daniel Warren Johnson, the celebrated creator of Murder Falcon and Extremity from Image. I love both of those books. So I'm in.
You're totally in on
I'm in on this.
Then I saw Murder Falcon, I think John's got him.
Some people aren't a huge fan of Johnson's art because it's very kind of sketchy.
Yeah.
Like, it's very sketchy-esque, but dude, the dude's amazing. I can't wait. He's such a cool guy.
It's kind of, heavy metals are really good as far as artistry.
Yeah.
But it kind of has that feel to it without having all the artistry. That's what kind of the Murder Falcon thing was. And this I think it looks great.
We have an advanced PDF of this to read, so I'll have to make that available to the staff. So Daniel Warren Johnson brings bold sci-fi chops to his DC debut with a harrowing vision of Wonder Woman unlike anything you've ever seen. Princess Diana of Themyscira left paradise to save man's world from itself. When Wonder Woman awakens from a centuries-long sleep to discover the Earth reduced to a nuclear wasteland, she knows she failed. Trapped alone in a grim future, Diana must protect the last human city from titanic monsters while uncovering its secret of this dead Earth and how she may be responsible for it. Yeah, probably. So Wonder Woman fighting kaiju in a dystopian post-apocalyptic future. Right?
There's my money.
There you go. Take it all.
Take the money.
Again, these are Black Label. They're magazine size. This will be $6.99. Both covers, cover A on my side and B on Dom's side, are by Mr. Daniel Warren Johnson. I'm in. But let us know. Again, this is on FOC
This is
on Monday.
We can download this?
What?
We can download this?
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. I'm going to read that.
Same.
You're going to have to wait.
Okay, next up from IDW in stores on December 11th, we have a story that sounds like a Joker origin story. Dying is Easy, number 1 of 5. The debut of an all-new creation by Joe Hill from Lock and Key fame and Martin Simmons, who drew Punk's Not Dead. Meet Sid Shit Talk Holmes. That's his nickname.
Wow.
A disgraced ex-cop turned bitter stand-up comic turned possible felon. In part 1 of Dying is Easy, Carl Dixon is on the verge of comedy superstardom, and he got there the dirty way by stealing jokes. He's got a killer act, an ugly past, and more enemies than punchlines. So when someone asks Sid Holmes how much it would cost to have Dixon killed, Sid isn't surprised in the slightest. He's already got a figure in mind. The main cover on my side is by Martin Simmons. Variant cover on Dom's side is by Gabriel Rodriguez of...
They both are awesome.
What's the name of the... I can't remember the name of the book that they wrote. Love and Rockets. So there you go. Gabriel Rodriguez is the artist on Lock and Key. I'm sorry, that's my bad. New series, new 5-issue miniseries from Joe Hill, from IDW, Dying is Easy. A and B covered. Let us know if you were interested in that and would like to add it to your subscription or just pull a copy. Next from IDW, this is their big deal, folks. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles turns 100. And things have never been worse for the Ninja Turtles and their allies, but there's still one desperate gambit to try if the family can't come together in time. Will it be worth the cost? Over 8 years of TMNT storytelling have led to this game-changing moment. Don't miss it. Main cover on my side is by Dave Wachter? I don't know how you say his last name. The B cover on Dom's side is just in this morning. That is by Kevin Eastman. This is an $8 book. It's $7.99. It's going to be just like issue 99, where it's going to be square bound and prestige format. So don't miss out, guys. TMNT 100. There you are. Okay? No? He literally crammed every character in that cover. It's pretty cool. From Image this week, there's 2 things that we want to pull attention to. One of them being Family Tree number 2. Jeff Lemire and Phil Hester's brand new series that just came out this week is on Final Order Cutoff on Monday. This issue number 1, again, was offered to us, fully returnable. We went deep on it. We're offering it to you, our loyal viewers and readers, as a no-risk number 1, meaning if you read it and you don't like it, bring it back. We'll give you a credit on your next purchase. If you read it and you like it and you don't tell us to add it to your subscription, we're not going to order it for you because number 2 is not returnable. So If you haven't picked this up yet, get your hands on a copy this week. Give it a read. Let us know if you dig it. I read it Tuesday night. I loved it. It was awesome.
Next Saturday, be here.
And next Saturday, be here, November 23rd, a week from tomorrow. Phil Hester, he's drawing this series, will be here signing copies absolutely free of number 1, because we have a lot of those, as well as anything else that you bring for him. He's doing quick doodles for free, so that's my plug for next week's CGC signature series. If you want anything signed, they're not witnessing is happening on site. We send it out, but that little preview of issue number 2 right there gives you a lot of information that was left open at the end of number 1. All those guys that are shot up are part of the cult that's after Loretta and her daughter. The guy holding what looks like Groot there is the daughter's grandfather. So it's cool. It's good. Get it. Read it. Let us know if you want to subscribe to it.
Cover.
It is. It really is. Next from Image this week comes Hardcore Reloaded number 1 of 5. Yeah, Hardcore Reloaded. Just constantly reloading. Hardcore. Pew 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 pew. New story arc, Hardcore returns with more bullets than John Wick. Once the Hardcore tech was used to protect our nation, but now that tech is out in the wild, and the only one who can help Agent Drake put the genie back in the bottle is not Christina Aguilera. It is his greatest enemy. Skybound's action thriller reloads with writer Brandon Thomas from Excellence and artist Francis Portela of Faith, and cover artist Nick Klein, who did Deadpool. Yep. So if you were on the old Hardcore series, we will auto-sub you to this new Hardcore series. If you haven't read the old one, we've got a bunch of them in the back issue bins here at the store.
You're going to get pulled over.
Who is?
From Hardcore to Hardcore Reload.
Oh, yeah, you're going to get,
We'll put you there.
That's right.
If you don't want it, you'll have to take it.
That's right.
Or we're going to put you there.
We're going to put you there. Next up from Image, we get Lucy Claire Redemption number 1, written and drawn by John Upchurch. And look at these covers, man. He did both of these covers. Cover A is on my side, cover B is on Dom's side. Lucy Claire was once a celebrated hero, but through a series of sinister events, she was slandered and defamed, and her children were taken from her. That's a dick move.
She's pretty pissed.
Absolutely. But when an old danger reemerges, Lucy will have to take on the mantle of hero once again in order to right the wrongs of her past, and above all else, find a way back to her children. And there's a lot of werewolves on all of those covers, so I assume that there's going to be some kind of she's fighting monsters. She's got some katanas, fighting lichens or werewolves. But
maybe the head of Professor X.
Yeah.
I'm showing him the head of Professor X.
Oh, there you go. It's so weird. So Lucy Claire Redemption, if you'd like to pull a copy, you've got 2 covers to choose from. If you would like that on your subscription, let us know, and you can comment sub, and we'll make sure that happens for you. Next up from Image, Image had a lot this week. It is good. This is the second story arc of the Old Guard. If you guys haven't read this series, it's optioned. It's going to be turned into a movie starring Charlize Theron. It's basically about paid assassins for hire who are eternal, who cannot die.
Wow.
Yeah. So we've got Andromache of Scythia and her band of soldiers are back in this second story, chronicling the battles and burdens of their dubious immortality. Niall's addition to the team has given them new purpose and a new direction, but when you've got 6,000 years of history at your back, the past is always ready to return with a vengeance. Written by Greg Rucka and illustrated by Leandro Fernandez, the highly anticipated return of the Old Guard is finally here. The only downside to this is that the book came out like 4 years ago. Again. Somehow we managed to have a set that we sold on a stream sale a couple weeks ago. Jake Pop picked it up. We've got the trades in stock here at the store, so if you like kind of military stories that are also about assassins who are, invulnerable and that have lived forever, it's got a Highlander feel, but a little modernized sort of thing to it. This is the sequel, Old Guard Chapter 2, Force Multiplied, number 1 of 5.
1 of 5.
Number 1 of 5. All right, this is the other big one, folks.
Should I let it show?
It's been out for 2 weeks now. You should show it.
I want to show it.
Undiscovered Country. Before we get to number 2, number 1 is sold out. A second print of number 1 is sold out. Image just announced this week that it is going to be reprinted for a 3rd time. This is the 3rd printing cover of issue number 1. featuring a wraparound cover and the Destiny Man's army right there. It's very, very Mad Max shot from the original interiors of the book. That is the third printing cover for issue number 1 of Undiscovered Country, which is on FOC this Monday. But number 2 is also on FOC this Monday, if you want to scroll us up a bit. They also just announced this week that they were going to do a B cover for Undiscovered Country. So the A cover on my side is by Giuseppe Camuncoli, which is amazing. I don't know who that dude is. That looks like one of the pilots from Nameless. The B cover, which is also amazing, is by Francis Manapul. You got a lion. There's some kind of monster right in the middle, and what look like zombies tearing through the American flag right there. As the team goes on the run from the deadly Destiny Man, that's the character that we have on our store exclusive cover, the focus shifts to Charlotte's brother Daniel. Until this expedition, he was the only person on Earth to successfully infiltrate the black box that is the United States. What secrets did Daniel learn that might keep the team alive, and what did they cost him? So, cover A, again, by Giuseppe Camuncoli. Cover B by Francis Manapul. If you guys picked a copy of this up and read it and enjoyed it, please let us know if you would like to subscribe to it, or at least pull a copy of number 2. Because number 2 is not returnable. We are not going to order nearly as many copies as we did of number 1. We offered number 1 to you guys as a no-risk number 1, so if you bought it and read it and didn't like it, you could bring it back and we'd give you a credit on your purchase. Can't do that with number 2. So if you want to get in on it, let us know. Subscribe to Undiscovered Country, whether you like cover A or cover B or both covers, and we'll make sure that we have copies for you, okay? That's it for Image. Next up, we got to trudge through Marvel. Here we go. Ready? Lots of one-shots again.
Here we go.
2099 Omega. We wraps up the 2099 event. The future ends here. Run by Dr. Doom and bereft of heroes by design, 2099 is a rough place. All power and no responsibility. The world is in trouble and no one is helping. Is there truly no hope? I love that they're soliciting the last issue of this series, and not even the first issue has come out yet. So here we go again. No idea how to order this.
If you want to put it on,
2099 Omega number 1 is just a one-shot, so you have to pull it. It is $4.99. Let us know if you want that. If you asked for the Alpha, we will put you on for the Omega, because that at least makes sense.
yes, it does.
Okay? Also wrapping up one-shots this week, we have this beautiful cover right here of Annihilation Scourge Omega number 1, which is just a one-shot. This is the solicit that I have to work off of. In the face of the Annihilation, there is no more room in the cosmos for heroes or villains, only survival. $4.99, Annihilation Scourge Omega number 1, just a one-shot. Wraps up all of the Annihilation Scourge stuff that's been going on. If you've gotten all of the other one-shots... No, it has not.
Yet they had a whole back page thing on previews about this.
Yep. Yeah, so if
How
you...
they change everything, but yep, never mind.
I know. Now you can feel my pain, dog.
Wow, man. Thing hasn't came out yet, and you're already ending the series.
Same thing with 2099.
Over.
Scourge Omega number 1. We're going to basically go subs plus a couple. So if you were getting all of the others, the FF, Beta Ray Bill, Silver Surfer, I can't remember the other one. We'll put you on for Scourge Omega along with Scourge Alpha. But other than that, we're probably going to have very, very little copies on the rack. So unless you ask for it, you probably won't get it. $4.99, just a one-shot. That's it. Not even a cover to go off of there. Next up from Marvel, we're rebooting Doctor Strange. We rebooted Deadpool. We're rebooting Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange Surgeon Supreme, number 1. The impossible has happened. Doctor Strange's hands have been healed, restoring his surgical skills. But now he's being torn between his obligations as the Sorcerer Supreme, I can't talk today, and as a neurosurgeon. And when he's forced to choose which vows to uphold, who suffers most for it? After all, magic always has a cost. Be here for a brand new era of magic and horror from Mark Waid, who's writing History of the Marvel Universe, and Kevin Walker from Black Panther. $3.99 for Doctor Strange Surgeon Supreme number 1. Main covers by Phil Noto. There's also an open order variant by Scotty Young, but I don't have an image for that.
You know, remember from the movie? The bill comes due.
That's right.
The bill always comes due.
So if you were on the old Doctor Strange series, we will auto-sub you to this new Doctor Strange series. If you're curious about what he does, how he's going to choose between cutting people in the brain and saying
That's
magical...
with the brain.
Yeah, right? Let us know and we can add you to that or pull a copy for you. This is what we led off this morning with, because I don't know. We got Incoming #1, which is just a one-shot. It is $9.99, and it's 96 pages, so you're getting a lot of bang for your buck. But a mysterious murder brings together the heroes of the Marvel Universe in the search for a killer. But no one can imagine where the trail will lead or how it will affect everything in 2020 and beyond. Who is the victim and who is the assailant? The closing chapter to Marvel's 80th year, which will connect the dots of everything that happened in 2019 and propel the narrative into the year that is to come.
Something very peculiar on the second cover.
On the second, what's peculiar?
DVD cover.
What's
Somebody who's not normally around anymore is there.
Wonder Man in the background?
Wonder Man back there too?
Yeah,
he's
I think.
He's a Hollywood guy. He can just show up wherever. There's somebody else there.
Who? Falcon? Hawkeye? Oh, yes. Yeah, Captain Marvel as
That's
Ms. Marvel. I mean, I'm assuming that may be where this is leading, but I don't know.
Yeah, I think this might tie into her story.
Featuring the Avengers, the Fantastic Four, the X-Men, the Guardians of the Galaxy, Daredevil, Spider-Man, the Champions, the Agents of Atlas, Valkyrie, the Immortal Hulk, Jessica Jones, Venom, Ghost Rider, the Masked Raider, I think that's supposed to be the Masked Rider, and more. 96 pages, $9.99. We have 4 open order covers right here on the screen for you. Main cover at the very top on my side is by Patrick Gleason. Variant cover on Dom's side with classic Warbird Ms. Marvel is by Sanford Green. Down here on my side, we have the Jorge Molina party variant, where everybody has it looks like the Eternity mask. Their faces are kind of blacked out, and they look like DC Starman when he redid the thing, but they've all got the sparkly stuff on their faces. And last but not least, on Dom's side, we have the Dustin Weaver variant. Again, these are all open to order. They're all $9.99. Yep. If you want a copy of this, let us know. It's not like Marvel 1000. It's tying into Marvel 1000 because of the whole masked rider thing. It's supposed to take everything from War of the Realms, House of X, Powers of 10, and Absolute Carnage. All of the threads that have been woven through those storylines are coming to a head in Incoming and setting the stage for everything Marvel's doing next year. But I don't know how to order a $10 one shot for. Do I order that for everybody who pulls Immortal Hulk and Amazing Spider-Man? I'm not going to do that because it's $10.
Ask for it.
So please ask for it. If you want a copy of this, if you're a huge diehard Marvel fan, please let us know that you would like.
Then they put something in here.
Yeah, exactly.
That everybody's going to want
To pull a copy of Incoming #1, because it's going to be the death of somebody, and I'm sure the person who killed it is going to be somebody new. I don't know. 4 covers to choose from. Get your orders in. Let us know what you want to order. Okay. Next up from Marvel, we've got Revenge of Cosmic Ghost Rider #1 of 5, and they're keeping this character alive with these miniseries. You had Cosmic Ghost Rider Destroys Marvel History, and now Revenge of the Cosmic Ghost Rider. This has got a cool hook, though, which may bring people who are a fan of his and Donny Cates' Thanos back in, because it has a short story from Donny Cates and Jeff Shaw in this book, which is pretty cool. So, Cosmic Ghost Rider is back, baby, but with a reputation like his, it's only a matter of time before the law catches up to the future Frank Castle and tries to put him in chains. Too bad for the law, chains are Castle's weapon of choice these days. Now in an intergalactic prison, the writer is going to turn his cage into an all-out cage match. Who's going to be the last alien standing? Find out in this new 5-issue miniseries written by Dennis Hopeless and art by Scott Hepburn. And again, plus you've got a backup story from Donny Cates and Jeff Shaw, which is pretty cool. Main cover on my side is by Scott Hepburn, who's doing the interiors. Variant cover on Dom's side is by Logan Lubera. Issue #1 is going to be $4.99. There's also an open-to-order Ron Lim variant, but I don't have an image for that. So this I'm excited about. This next one. Are you ready? That's right. Spider-Ham #1, Apocalypse Now.
There we go.
This is a new 5-issue miniseries. It's not a dream. It's not a hoax. It's not an imaginary tale. Spider-Ham finally has his own series again. Peter Parker, the spectacular Spider-Ham, finds himself jumping through time side by side with Peter Parker, the spectacular Spider-Man. Zeb Wells and Will Robson bring you the Ham and Man story you've been waiting for. $3.99. Cover A on my side is by Wendell Dalit. Cover B on Dom's side is the Art Adams 8-part connecting cover. I'm pumped for this. I don't know. I know that there's a lot of haters.
I love this character. I never really read him when I was a kid. But after watching that movie,
you
know how much I hated the movie the first time I saw it.
Right.
And I watched it. This is really good.
Nice.
That character is awesome.
So there you go. Peter Parker, Spectacular Spider-Ham #1, Apocalypse Now. Next up from Marvel, we've got a one-shot, and I'm trying to figure out I think that the purpose of this one-shot is basically to transition Star Wars and Dr. Aphra from the current iteration into the new series that's going to take place after the first of the year. So what we'll likely do is, if you are subscribed to Star Wars, we'll put a copy of this one-shot in your box. It is $5.99, but Destined for Hoth, that's the title of the thing. Luke, Leia, and Smuggler Han have struck a blow after winning blow against the Empire. The rebels are digging in their defenses on the remote ice world of Hoth, but how long will they truly be safe from their many enemies? Not very long, as we know. Vader will stop at nothing to crush the rebels, but his efforts to locate their new base have been in vain. Will the dark side of the Force guide him to the missing rebels and a young Skywalker, or mire the Dark Lord in the conflicts of his past? Despite a life riddled with treachery and destruction, Dr. Aphra has found a family of sorts. Former Imperial Inspector Magna Tolvan and Aphra's young ward Vulada will have to face the struggles of a life of rebellion, while Aphra reckons with her legacy. So there's 3 different stories that are in here. You've got one that's about the rebels going to Hoth. You've got a Dr. Aphra story, and last but not least, you've got a former Imperial loyalist turned cyborg bounty hunter Bellaret Valance is taking on a dangerous new mission, and the lives of the entire rebellion, including his old buddy Han Solo's, are at stake should he fail. $5.99. The main cover on my side is by Riccardo Federici, who killed it with that cover. There's also an action figure cover variant by John Tyler Christopher, which I don't have an image for. And there's a Greatest Moments variant right there on Dom's side by Michael Golden, which is...
I like that one.
Yeah, that's...
I have no idea what that is.
That's from the trailer for the new movie where Rey's jumping over Kylo's TIE Fighter. Yeah. So if you're on Star Wars, we'll pull a copy of this for you, even though it's a one-shot, because it's kind of setting... I guess I should pull a copy if you're getting Dr. Aphra, too. But, just to confirm, if you want a copy of this and you're not on either of those titles, let us know and we'll make that happen for you. Okay? Next up from Marvel Star Wars, in stores on December 18th, we've got Rise of Kylo Ren #1. It is. You know who did this cover?
No.
Clayton Crane.
No kidding.
Isn't that nuts?
You messed up on Darth Vader's face, though.
Yeah, it's a little
long.
It's a little weird.
But that's the only part that bothers me.
Right. I think that's hard to do because he's so angular. It's hard to get a good, I don't know, maybe not. Maybe I'm full of crap.
It looks like one from Spaceballs.
Yeah, dark helmet.
Give such good helmet.
4-issue miniseries. With Ben Solo's fall comes Kylo Ren's rise. Young Ben Solo is legendary Jedi Luke Skywalker's most promising pupil. As the son of Rebel Alliance heroes Leia Organa and Han Solo, as well as Luke's own nephew, Ben has the potential to be a great force for light in the galaxy, but the Skywalker legacy casts a long shadow. The currents of the dark side run deep, and Darth Vader's blood runs in Ben's veins. Voices call from both his past and his future, telling him who he must be. He will shatter, he will be reforged, his destiny will be revealed. Snoke awaits, the Knights of Ren await. Ben Solo's path to his true self begins here. $4.99.
I'd like to read that one.
Yeah, right?
He's such a... They don't use him enough.
No.
He's so
We have
mysterious.
no backstory on him other than the fact
he destroyed
these little bitty glimpses. Yeah, or did he?
Did he save the time?
Main cover by Clayton Crane. There's also an action figure variant by John Tyler Christopher, which I don't have an image of. If you want to subscribe to that, please let us know. Rise of Kylo Ren #1 of 4. Out of the, I think I actually posted this, out of Absolute Carnage and into Venom Island. Out of the frying pan and into the fryer.
That
Venom just keeps on going. This issue is number 21, and it starts the Venom Island story arc. That's all I have. There's no information about this whatsoever.
Venom Island.
Main cover right there is by Mark Bagley. Teaser cover on Dom's side is by Clayton Crane.
That one's awesome.
And there's also the 2020 variant. So this must be a thing that they're doing, because we saw Iron Man 2020 where he had these nuts on his shoulders. Venom apparently has those nuts too. Look at those nuts. Look at those shoulder nuts, Dom. You tell me that's not a nut.
Okay.
And it's got weird green things sticking out of it. But that's
what is that?
What are they doing? What is going on? Is everybody going to transform and like the nuts turn into big cogs and then they're Mega Ultra Zord Venomsaurus Rex? I don't know. 2020 variant right there by Kerry Randolph. Okay, so that's it for Marvel. This next one is creepy, and it's rated E for eyeballs. So if you guys don't like eyeballs, don't look at this cover. From Boom this week, we have Red Mother #1. Jeremy Hahn, who of course is writing and he wrote and drew The Beauty for Image Comics, returns to comics with Danny Luckert, who came off of Regression with Cullen Bunn. So you have two guys who like horror comics and were telling great horror stories together for a new horror story, for a new psychological horror series. After losing her eye and the man she loves in a brutal mugging, that sucks, Daisy McDonough is left to trying to put the pieces of her life back together. Just when she begins to think she can heal and move on, she begins to see strange things through her new prosthetic eye. That's creepy. And the Red Mother sees her in return. Continuing Boom's string of successes, Red Mother follows Faithless, Once and Future, and Something is Killing the Children for a new original series that examines the dangers that hide in plain sight and the consequences of digging beneath the surface to find the truth underneath. Main cover on my side is by Jeremy Hahn. Creepy variant cover on Dom's side is by Danny Luckert. And they just announced this week that there is an FOC exclusive that is terrifying by Mr. Jay Lee. Right? That's the epitome of pink eye right there, folks.
There you go.
Wash your hands after you use the restroom. So, awesome new series with Red Mother #1. Let us know if you would like to subscribe to it or pull A, B, or C for those covers right there. Lastly, we have more cheesecake from the folks at Dynamite. Dynamite apparently owns the rights to all the sexy ladies. And here we go with Deja Thoris #1. Barsoom has always been a dying world, closer to death these days, perhaps. From Dan Abnett, who wrote Guardians of the Galaxy, Justice League Odyssey, Aquaman, you name it, and rising star Vasco Georgiev, I don't know how you say his Cardiovasco, comes an all-new vision of the Princess of Mars. Deja has been many things, wife, mother, and royalty, but now she is a determined scientist dedicated to discovering why her world is freezing. She should put on a frickin' coat if that's the case.
They don't wear anything.
No. Maybe you just need some... I know. Why her world is freezing and which political factions know the secret of this global catastrophe. Experience glittering palace intrigue and visceral adventure in the new ongoing adventures of Deja Thoris. But look at the creative teams on these covers, man. Cover A is by Lucio Perillo, and it is amazing. Cover B on Dom's side is by Joe Linsner, and it's amazing. Cover C, which I'm assuming is going to be a wrap. The formatting of this image is a little weird because it looks very mashed together.
Is this who I think it is?
It is. This is cover C, which I assume is going to be a wraparound cover by Mr. Adam Hughes, who killed it on this one. And then you go to cover D by Billy Tucci right here on my side.
That's awesome.
And cover E on Dom's side is the cosplay cover. So you got 5 choices for Deja Thoris #1. How do you pick? Lucio Perillo, Linsner, Adam Hughes, Billy Tucci, and a cosplay cover. You just get them all 5 of them. The book is going to be $3.99. You can subscribe to it by saying sub. You can pull a copy. That's ironic. And just let us know which cover you would like and how many copies you would like to order. And that wraps it up for our walkthrough today. The last thing that we're going to talk about, as we do every week, is your complete list of FOC goodness right here. using my Vanna White hand modeling skills. Everything is broken down by comic book publisher. Below the publisher name, you have an item code, and next to the item code, you have a description of the book and a price. That price is not necessarily the price that the book will be, especially if you're looking at a ratio variant. But what you can do with this list is you can go through, like I didn't talk about this. If we go to the DC block, you'll find that Last Night on Earth number 3 is on FOC this Monday. And it's not a big deal because most everybody has jumped on with number 1 and number 2 and added it to their subscription, which is why I kind of glossed over it. But if you haven't and you want to get the last issue, check out October 19, 0507. You can take that, you can type it out, you can copy and paste it into a web browser, which will take you to the Previews World website with that item's description. It'll give you the covers, it'll give you the little synopsis, and then you can let us know that you want to order that. And that's what this giant table right here at the end of the write-up is all about. So take a look through there, check out all of the books that are on FOC. If there's anything that you're interested about, reach out to us, let us know. All you have to do is tell us before Friday, or I'm sorry, it is Friday right now, before Monday at 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, and we can get you anything on this list.
All the annihilations are on True Believers are on there.
Yes, they are. All the True Believer annihilations.
They get super dapper on that.
They do.
Nice.
Okay. That's it. Hopefully we'll see you here at the shop today. We're running the season premiere of The Toys That Made Us right now. Tomorrow we have our local artist showcase. We've got Johnny Bravado, you've got Tim Husky, you've got AC Canales, Sophia Cox, and Rafael Maldonado Badhand, who will all be here selling comics, selling prints, selling original artwork, doing sketches and commissions and all that fun stuff. And then next Saturday, come hang out with us for Local Comic Shop Day. Phil Hester's going to be here. He's flying in and flying out for this event, so we want to have a great crowd here to welcome him. And then I think we're going to take a month and a half off. Probably.
Yeah, we're just going to sell stuff for Christmas, and
be,
that's it.
Yes,
finally.
Something else going on.
Year
So,
finally almost done.
check this video out. If you're watching it live with us, thank you. If you're not watching it live with us, that's cool too. You can watch this on Facebook. You can also watch this video on our YouTube channel. Make sure if you're on our YouTube channel that you're hitting subscribe and that you're ringing that bell for notifications. We're super close to having the 100 subscribers that we need. We're like at 89. So we need like 11 people or 12 people. Let's say 15 people. Let's say 20 people just for good measure.
Say another 100 people.
Yeah, right? Go to YouTube, search for Hall of Justice or search for FOC Roundup. Find our channel there. Follow us on YouTube. We post this video every Friday, usually in the morning, and play along with us for what's on FOC. So,
Right.
Cool. Thanks, guys. We'll see you this weekend. Have a great night. Have a great evening. I'm John.
I'm Dom.
Happy FOC.
Bien, work on.